One way to fight the flu is with a flu shot, but there are other ways to help fight off the virus this winter. Dr. Jamey Wallace, the Chief Medical Officer at the Bastyr Center for Natural Health in Wallingford, is here to help us out today. Thanks so much for taking the time to be here.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Why has the flu season been especially bad this year?
Well, it's unpredictable in terms of determining when the flu is going to come and how bad it's going to be, and it changes every year. The last year was not so bad, so relative to last year, it's much worse this year. It's not as bad as it was 4 or 5 years ago. But it came early this year, and some people think that because of it coming early around the time when people were out shopping and the holidays, that it really got a lot of exposure, and so a lot more people are getting sick. But we've got months more to go. It goes well into March.
That's the bad news. We're not over it just quite yet. When it comes to exposure and those who do get sick, who is most susceptible to it? Who are the vulnerable ones?
Well, in very, very young children, and then people with other medical conditions are the most susceptible, but we're all susceptible, so it's really, really important if anybody has flu symptoms, they should stay home. They should wash their hands regularly, and if you don't have symptoms, you should be washing your hands very regularly.
It seems so basic, but really that is so effective.
It really is. It's almost like if you could only do one thing, that would be one of the many things.
I have to ask you, everyone seems to have a bottle of hand sanitizer on their desk or in their purse in their car. How effective is that compared to good old-fashioned hand washing?
Well, it depends who you talk to, but generally it's very helpful if you can't have access to soap and water. But really the best thing to do is vigorous scrubbing for about 20+ seconds. Singing happy birthday a couple of times helps. But it's the friction, the hot water, and a good soap are really, really important. And regular washing. Regular
washing. Do it more than once a day.
Yes, exactly.
We've heard the vaccines out there right now are about 60% effective. So in addition to the vaccine, there's the hand washing that we need to take seriously and do quite a bit. How else can we avoid getting sick?
Well, many things. Our friends can work on cough etiquette, so coughing into tissue and throwing it away and washing their hands, as opposed to coughing on their hand and shaking hands. And if you don't have a tissue, shoulders or elbows are really important. But really staying healthy in the first place is the best thing. So plenty of sleep, some exercise, eating well, minimizing or eliminating sugar altogether are really, really important things to keep the immune system going. And hydration, staying hydrated with water, not sodas, not coffee. Water is really important.
You know, say you start to feel run down, Dr. Wallace, how do I know if I have the flu, oh no, or if this is just a common cold?
Well, you don't always know, and the symptom pictures can be overlapping quite a bit. So generally when you get sick, if you have a fever, it's best to stay home.
Keep the germs.
Keep them out of circulation, exactly.
And we were just talking about this. If you do get sick, what are some good old-fashioned home remedies that we can all try?
Well, there are quite a few, and a couple of my favorites are a tea, essentially hot water with a good honey and a good apple cider vinegar.
How much vinegar are we talking about, doctor?
Well, anywhere from a couple of teaspoons to maybe a couple of tablespoons. It's to taste.
Okay.
And then some good honey, again, to taste. Honey has antiviral properties, and the vinegar helps with the digestive tract and your immune function.
Okay.
It's warm and soothing, and people have been using it for decades.
And then you mentioned a ginger
ginger
tea as well?
A good strong ginger tea. If you make it with actual ginger root, fresh ginger root, that's best.
Not the tea bag.
But there are many people or companies that make it in a tea bag, and that's good too. But if you're really sick, getting some fresh ginger and hot water can really help to speed things along.
Bottom line, you don't want to get sick in the first place, so take advantage of all these important tips. Dr. Jamey Wallace, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
For more information, go to our website, KOMOnews.com, and click on KOMO 4 TV.